Different franchises have moments that people always look back on as something special. Today we're going to be looking at the Cleveland Browns to check out the best moments from their franchise. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification to get alerts when we upload. Without further ado, let's jump to number 10. Number 10. Eric Metcalf. Cleveland's Eric Metcalf returned punts of 91 and 75 yards against the Pittsburgh Steelers on October 24th, 1993. His scores led to a 28-23 victory in Cleveland. Metcalf went on to become a 3-time Pro Bowler and a 3-time All-Pro, and was also the NFL kickoff return yards leader in 1990. Bill Belichick's Browns defeated Bill Cowher's Steelers. The energy those plays brought to the stadium was incalculable. Number 9. Josh Gordon's record. Wide receiver Josh Gordon set multiple NFL records in just 2 weeks. He became the first player to record 200 receiving yards in back-to-back weeks. He also had the most receiving yards in a 2-week span with 498 yards. The Baylor product recorded 237 yards and a touchdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers on November 24th. He also had 261 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns against the Jacksonville Jaguars on December 1st. Josh Gordon could have been in discussions as one of the greatest receivers to ever play the game had he not had off-the-field issues or quarterback issues on the team. Number 8. The road comeback. On October 5th, 2014, the Browns overcame a 25-point deficit to defeat the Titans 29-28 on the road. It was the largest road comeback in league history. Quarterback Brian Hoyer led Cleveland to 26 unanswered points for the win. Over the first 30 minutes, Hoyer was exactly what his critics believed him to be, a game-managing placeholder not worthy of your time. However, in the second half, he and the Browns made enough big plays and saw enough key penalties go their way. All of this became contributing factors to the biggest blown lead in Titans history. Hoyer makes his share of dangerous head-scratching throws, but he also showed fine touch on the 2 gutsy fourth-quarter scoring strikes to Travis Benjamin. Number 7. The Hail Mary. On October 31st, 1999, the Browns won their first game 21-16 against the New Orleans Saints. Quarterback Tim Couch converted a Hail Mary to wide receiver Kevin Johnson. Termed 258 flood tip, the play called for receiver Ronnie Powell to line up on the left, leaving Shepard and Kevin Johnson on the right. Couch would roll to the right to buy some time for his receivers to run to the end zone, and by design, Johnson would leap and try to tip the ball to Shepard. Instead, Kevin Johnson went up and just grabbed the ball. It was the Browns' first win post-expansion era after starting the season 0-7. Number 6. Brian Sipe. Only one Cleveland Brown has been named the league's most valuable player in the Super Bowl era, and it was Brian Sipe in 1980. Sipe threw for 4,132 yards and 30 touchdowns, which would be solid numbers even in today's pass-happy NFL, and piloted a Cleveland team that had 13 games decided by 1 score or less, earning the nickname Cardiac Kids. Returning to the playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade, Cleveland bowed out early with the Sipe interception against the Oakland Raiders that would come to be known as Red Right 88. Still, the Browns went 11-5 and were the only team to seriously challenge the eventual Super Bowl champion Oakland Raiders that postseason. Number 5. Willis and Motley. Defensive tackle Bill Willis and linebacker Marion Motley were 2 of the first African-American players to integrate professional football. They endured a lot of racism while playing. Hall of Fame running back Joe Perry called Motley the greatest all-around football player there ever was. He served in the U.S. Navy under Browns head coach Paul Brown. The 2 broke the color barrier in the NFL, and this happened months before Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in the MLB with the Brooklyn Dodgers. As a player, Bill Willis went on to become an NFL champion, 3-time Pro Bowler, and 4-time first-team All-Pro. As for Marion Motley, he was an NFL champion in 1950 as well, NFL rushing yards leader in 1950, a Pro Bowler in 1950, and a 2-time first-team All-Pro. Number 4. Franchise reactivated. Everything that has been the Cleveland Browns franchise will be reactivated next year. Those were the words in March of 1998 by former NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue. The franchise reactivated after moving the Browns to Baltimore 3 years prior. The city of Cleveland got blessed with a brand new team that inherited the Browns' history and uniforms rather than a relocated club. While the Browns haven't been the best for nearly 2 decades, getting pro football back in Cleveland was a big moment. Number 3. Bernie Kosar. Bernie Kosar and the Browns made several moves to maneuver the Northeast Ohio native to Cleveland. In mid-March 1985, Kosar declared his intentions to enter the draft and went on the record saying that he wanted to play for the Browns. However, there was one problem. Minnesota wanted the star Miami quarterback too, and he had a higher pick than Cleveland. So then general manager Ernie Accorsi traded 4 picks, including 2 first-rounders, to Buffalo for the Bills' first overall pick in the supplemental draft. By entering the supplemental draft, Kosar could dodge the Vikings and play for the team of his choice. The Vikings didn't like this for obvious reasons, and contended that Kosar was gaming the system. But then League Commissioner Pete Rozelle ignored the Vikings' threats to sue, allowed Kosar to choose which draft he wanted to enter, clearing the way for him to go to Cleveland. Kosar lived up to his expectations, giving the Browns the kind of consistently excellent quarterback play they've almost exclusively lacked in the Super Bowl era. The fact that a blue chip prospect wanted to play for the Browns was another reason to celebrate. Number 2. Undefeated season. Browns won the 1948 championship to complete an undefeated season. The team went 15-0 in the All-America Football Conference. Cleveland ultimately won 4 championships in a row, and the 1948 victory was the third of the 4. The season is recognized as perfect by the Pro Football Hall of Fame, although the NFL, which absorbed the Browns when the AAFC dissolved in 1949, does not recognize it. In the 2017 NFL season, the Browns went 0-16, becoming the first team in NFL history to have an imperfect season and a perfect season. Some notable players from that roster were Max Speedy, Marion Motley, and Otto Graham. Number 1. The Browns dominate. There was a time Cleveland was an annual contender in the AFC, led by Bernie Kosar, Hall of Fame tight end Ozzie Newsome, and All-Pro linebacker Clay Matthews Jr. The Browns captured 4 division titles in 5 years from 1985 to 1989, winning 62% of their games and earning 26 total Pro Bowl selections. They also went 8-2 against the bitter rival Steelers, including a 51-0 win at Three Rivers Stadium, and recorded 3 of the franchise's 6 Super Bowl era playoff wins. While these Browns teams are actually more popular for their playoff failures, there's no question the second half of the 1980s was the team's best stretch of the past half century. Let us know in the comments down below which Browns moment was your favorite. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more sports content. As always, we'll see you guys next time.